Okay, for this section, we are going to talk about multiplying and dividing integers. And luckily, the rules with signs for multiplying and dividing are exactly the same. Okay, so we're going to start with topic one, just looking at multiplying integers. So the rules for multiplying integers all come down to whether or not you're multiplying two integers that have the same sign or two integers that have different signs. So if you have two integers that have the same sign, whether both positive or both negative, if you're multiplying integers with the same sign, you're going to get a positive product. Okay. Now, if you're multiplying two integers that have different signs, one positive, one negative, then you're going to have a negative product. I find most students kind of remember this, but just make sure you understand these rules. So I've given you an example of each. When you're dealing with the same signs, we have -5 times -4, that becomes +20. And then different signs, we have 7 times -3, that's -21. So let's go ahead and look at example one. The directions say find each product. So for part A, we have -326 times 45. Well, we're multiplying a positive and a negative. So when we multiply those, the final product is going to be negative. So when I'm multiplying, I like to figure out what my sign is going to be right off the bat, and then I do my side work. Okay, so I know I'm going to get some kind of a negative product. Let's figure out what that product is. So off to the side, I want to take 226 and multiply it by 45. Hopefully you kind of remember the rules for multiplication. We're going to start with the 5 and 45 and multiply each digit in 326. So I'm going to start with 5 times 6. Well, 5 times 6 is 30. So I'm going to keep a 0, carry a 3. I then multiply 5 times 2, which is 10. And then I add the 3, which is 13. So I keep a 3, carry a 1. 5 times 3 is 15. 15 plus 1 is 16. Now that's my first partial product. I now need to technically multiply by 40, but multiplying by 40 is a little more difficult. So I put the 0 and 40 right here, and then I just multiply everything by 4. So I'm going to cross these out so I don't accidentally carry them again. They're done. They're from the previous step. So now I want to take 4 times 6. Well, 4 times 6 is 24, so I keep a 4. I carry a 2. 4 times 2 is 8, plus the 2 that we carried is 10, so I keep a 0, I carry a 1. And then 4 times 3 is 12, 12 plus the 1 I carried is 13. And hopefully you remember we've now got our two partial products. We want to add those together. That gives us our final product. So 0 plus 0 is 0, 3 plus 4 is 7, 6 plus 0 is 6, 1 plus 3 is 4. And then there's nothing to add to the 1, so I just bring it down. So my final product is 14,670, but is it positive or is it negative? We already decided it was negative, so we get negative 14,670. All right. Now for part B, we have -87 times -56. So we're multiplying two negatives. That means they have the same sign. Anytime you multiply two integers with the same sign, your final product is going to be positive. Now I'm going to go ahead and put a plus sign here. I do want to be really clear when you're just generally multiplying integers, if you get a positive product, you don't put the plus sign. I'm just putting the plus sign here for now to remind us, hey, this is going to be a positive product, okay? Ordinarily, if it's a positive product, you just leave the number alone. You don't put the plus sign there. If it's a negative product, however, you do need to put the negative. So over to the side, we have 87 times 56. So I'm going to start with the 6 in 56. I want to multiply that by 7. Well, 6 times 7 is 42. So I keep a 2, I carry a 4. 6 times 8 is 48. 48 plus 4 is 52. So I'm done with the 6. I need to come back and multiply everything by 50. So I'm going to put the 0 and 50 here, and then multiply all of those digits by 5. So 5 times 7 is 35. I keep a 5. I carry a 3. 5 times 8 is 40, plus 3 is 43. So I have my two partial products. I need to add them. Let's see, 2 and 0 is 2. 2 and 5 is 7. 5 and 3 is 8. Nothing to add to the 4, so I just drop it down. So we get positive 4,872. And again, I said this earlier, you don't technically write the plus sign. I just put it there so we would remember, hey, our final answer is in fact positive. So there you have it. All right, that's multiplying integers. Just be really cautious with your signs. Again, same sign, positive product, different signs, negative product.